Hello, my wonderful students. It's Mrs. Darmody, and this video is all about how to create color-coded folders in your Google Drive to organize your documents. At this point, you should have already watched the video that introduces you to all the features and tools in Google Drive, so this is something that you should be watching after that video. So the first thing you want to do, as always, is you go to google.com and you want to log into your Google account. Once you have done that, you'll see your little icon, which of course in your case will not be a picture of yourself. And then you want to click on the Google Apps grid. And from there you would go directly to Google Drive. Once you're in Google Drive, you'll see many of it defaults to My Drive, and you'll see your quick access things here. And then you can click on New. And as you can see, when you click on New, you can create a new folder. You can upload a file that's saved to your device. You can upload an entire folder of documents that's saved to your device, which is a great tool. You can create a new doc, Google Doc, which is like Microsoft Word. You can create a new Google Sheet, which is like Microsoft Spreadsheets. You can create new Google Slides, which is like Microsoft PowerPoint. And then, of course, there are more things you can do. You can create new Google Forms, Google Drawings, Sites, etc., etc. In this case, we are going to create new folders. So you can click on Folder. And you are going to be required in this assignment to create folders for your 4 main content areas, which would be Math, Science, Social Studies, and ELA. And you're going to be required to color code those folders. And to prove that you have done that correctly for this assignment, when you are doing your Google Docs project, you're going to be taking a screenshot of those color-coded folders. But we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. So we're going to create the first folder. We're going to call it Math. And we click Create. And you'll notice that it's gray is the default setting. So you just right-click on the folder, and you have many different options. You can share it with someone. You can, which you're not going to share with me, by the way. You can move it, star it to make it more prominent. You can give it a new name if you accidentally mistype the name. You can change the color of the folder, so on and so forth. So we're going to be changing the color, and I think we're going to make this dark green. And notice it's that way. Now, the thing that you need to remember about Google Drive is that Google Drive automatically organizes your folders in alphabetical order. So if you want a folder to be at the very top, you're going to need to either use an A or use a number, because numbers always come before letters. Now to create another new folder, I'm going to go up to New Folder, and I'm going to call this Science, and Create. And notice that this folder is not near the Math folder, which is further up, because it's alphabetical order. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to change the color. And for Science, I'm going to make it blue. And that's what I've done with Science. Now I'm going to go to New Folder. So I've done Math and Science. So now I'm going to do Social Studies. Create. Social Studies, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to change that color to orange. And once again, I'll go to New Folder, and I'm going to call this one ELA. Create. Right click, and I'm going to change the color to purple. So I've got my ELA folder. I've got my Math folder right here. And I've got my science folder here and my social studies folder here. Now, the other thing to remember is that if you have documents that are not in folders, they're usually listed afterwards at the bottom. So I have all my folders here, and then I have a bunch of files here that are in alphabetical order. So the things that have numbers, those are listed first, and then alphabetically. Now, to take a screenshot of folders, I've got my math, got my science, social studies, ELA. If I want to take a screenshot, I can use the snipping tool, which we will get into in a different video.